Yes, indeed. What's going on, y'all? It's another episode of Calling How I See It. Come on in. The water's just fine. All right, it's a lot on my mind. It's a lot on my mind. When I say I cannot wait until Saturday for these games to start off, I'm really talking about one game in particular. I'm talking about the Texas and Vanderbilt game. Do you know it's people in real life? I'm talking about the real world that we all live, work, chill, all that in. People really think Vanderbilt getting ready to beat Texas. They're really saying that. I don't know why they're saying that, but I'm just telling you what's real. It is people walking among us that believe the Vanderbilt Commodores is about to beat the Texas Longhorns on a Saturday afternoon. And I'm here to tell you, it is categorically false. It's not going to happen. You need to stop it, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I'm going to tell y'all what didn't happen. Here's what didn't happen. So, first of all, Texas is the number 2 defense in the SEC, giving up about what? 14 points, and they gave up some yards a little bit, but they really not giving up no points for real. And the object of the game is to score points. And it's hard to win a football game if your ass ain't getting in that end zone. And Texas stops that more than most. All right. Now, Vanderbilt, you've had a good run, but you averaging 38 points a game. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Here's what's happened to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt, they beat a South Carolina team that lost Lenore Sellers in the first quarter, and I don't think they'd have won that game. They beat an overrated LSU team. Yes, an overrated LSU team with a terrible offense and a decent defense, and just fired their coach. You beat them, and you beat a Missouri team. Like, hey, everybody was talking about Missouri, but let's face it. They overrated, and they probably going to miss the playoffs. Those are their big wins. And when they really had a chance to do something, guess what happened, y'all? They lost to Alabama. Well, guess what? You get another chance to do something again against Texas at home. Texas being at home, talking about. And let's see what you do. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. I don't know if y'all can really handle that pressure like y'all really think y'all can. Now, fine. I understand this is not the same 2-win Vanderbilt team that we all come to know and laugh at. Fine. I concede that. But just because you ain't at the bottom don't mean you ain't at the goddamn top. You know what I mean? You're really closer to a Mississippi State than you are at Texas. You're really closer to South Florida, who's not bad, than you are Texas. Yeah, I mean, you're really like middle of the water. You right over there with I'll say Florida, like a Florida or a little better than Arkansas. That's what you are. That's what you are. And because of this phenomenon that Vanderbilt is going on, they putting Diego Pavia in the championship conversation. In the Heisman conversation. Diego Pavia is in the. Now we know he's not gonna win it. We know there's probably gonna be the Fernando dude, and Top Sensor looks pretty good too, or it might be somebody else. But I tell you who it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be Diego Pavia. He is playing good football, and he's giving his Vanderbilt team life. I understand that. I'm not even saying Vanderbilt's a bad football team. I'm not saying they scrubs or none of that. All I'm saying is pump the brakes and let's modify expectations. That's all I'm saying. Let's crawl before we walk. You understand? Y'all ever seen Rocky 3? The best Rocky movie, in my opinion. The one where, it showed how the beginning of the movie started, and Rocky sitting there beating all these people. He's sitting there signing autographs, kissing babies. He's knocking people out left and right. Meanwhile, you got that killer in the trenches with no cameras, no lights, don't even got no water down there, I don't think. Just down there with iron body bags and dumbbells. That's all he working with. That's Texas. That's Texas. They hungry. They fighting. Now, mind you, Texas ain't lost but 2 games. If you didn't know nothing, the way people talk about Texas, if I came down from Pluto and somebody said, "Hey, Wayne," and I asked somebody, "Hey, what you think about Texas?" They talk about Texas like they some 3-5 win football team. The Texas Longhorns are 6-2. About to be 7-2. here in a minute, but let us get to Saturday and we'll handle that. We're gonna take care of that. But yeah. Vanderbilt, it's been cool. You're still a good team. You'll get a good bowl game. They might make the playoffs. They might. But let's just see how the year starts. And by the way, you still got to play Tennessee at the end of the year. And I don't know if you can beat them. Because you're not winning Saturday. That's over with. You can just get that out your mind. And you're not going to win against I don't think you'll beat Tennessee either. So that'll give you what? 3 losses? Because you lost to Alabama? Like, I'm sorry. I'm not impressed because y'all beat Utah State and South Charleston. You don't get no cookie from me. That don't mean nothing. What that mean? What that mean? Hell, when Texas beat Sam Houston and all them, didn't nobody get him props? Nobody said, oh, they ain't nobody. But I'm supposed to get y'all props because y'all beat Cupcakes? That ain't how it works. I tell you what Texas has done, though. Texas has beat a ranked Oklahoma team. They have done that in the Red River rivalry. Texas did do that. They did go on the road twice and with Kentucky and Mississippi State in games which a lot of people thought they was going to lose. They held down the fort and they won. And when a lot of people thought they was going to lose, they won. You know why? Because they focus and they discipline and they fight from whistle to whistle. A lot of people would have lost that game. A lot of people would have lost that game. But I say all that to say this. They're tested. They're tested. And we didn't get the results we wanted in the swamp. And Ohio State, hey, it's Ohio State. But I'd argue they're more tested than Vanderbilt is. Because if Vanderbilt got dealt them same hand of cards, I don't know if they walk out of that thing alive. Hell, they might have 3 losses now. Because, I think Texas is a better football team. We know they got a better defense. And I don't think you're just going to run up points like that like you do against everybody. I just don't believe that. And this is going to be a real test for Vanderbilt, like a real test. They failed their first test, but that's all right. It's all right. I ain't going to hold it against nobody because, hey, everybody failed tests. But I'm not even hating on Vanderbilt. And when Vanderbilt loses, I'll probably say a little bit. Okay, I'll probably say a little bit. You better win. You better win. You better win because Texas is coming. I told y'all Texas is getting ready to win out. They getting ready to beat Vanderbilt. They getting ready to beat Georgia. They getting ready to beat Arkansas. And they getting ready to beat Texas A&M. They finna do that, and then they going to play somebody in the SEC, and they going to put foots on them. And then we'll see what happens in the playoffs. That is what I see in my crystal ball when it comes to the Texas Longhorns. But speaking of Texas, though, staying there. Y'all been following Victor Wembanyama? Y'all been following that big 7'12" brother? I said it week 1. His first opening game, that's the best player in the league right now. Right now, Victor is the best player in the NBA, the National Basketball Association. Yes, I said, I ain't say gonna be. I ain't saying might be. I'm saying is. I got Wemby over Nikola Jokic. I got Wemby over Giannis. I got Wemby over LeBron James. I got Wemby over Steph Curry. I got Wemby over Jason Tatum when he come back. I got Wemby over, who else you want to put up there? Who else you want to put in there? Ja Morant. I got him over Tatum. I got him over Devin Booker. I got him over Kevin Durant. I got him over any player putting on an NBA jersey right now. I got him over Paolo Banchero. I got him over all these brothers. All of them. Hey, this brother, first of all, he got the Spurs undefeated. 4-0. Something that's not happened in the history of Spurs ever. At no point, despite all them good teams they had, they have never started off like this. So that's number 1. Let's get that out there. Point of order number 2. Victor is averaging 31, 13 rebounds, and 4 blocks. That means that brother getting buckets, he getting boards, and he getting blocks. You want to talk about BBB? Where's LeVar Ball when you need him? Putting on for the triple Bs, boards, buckets, and blocks. And he doing it at a high rate, at an extreme rate. Hey, I'm sorry. That brother is the best player in the game right now. Right now. So when you look for your best player, you look for him to go get you a bucket. Can Wemby get you a bucket? Yes. The brother is unstoppable at the rim. Have you seen him? Can Wemby get you a rebound? Yes. Have you seen the brother stretch out? Pause. Can your best player get you a game-saving stop or a block? Brother got Defensive Player of the Year last year, and he averaging 4 blocks right now. You see what he doing out there in the paint? So you mean to tell me I got a guy that's 6'8"? He's about 7'6". He can dribble. He can shoot. He can take it to the floor. He's not selfish. He can play on the ball. He can play off the ball. He can rebound. He can block. He got his team undefeated. How is that not the best player in the league? How is that not the best player in the league? Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. Not a soul, not this year they're not. And I know it's early, but hey, if Wemby keep going this up, I mean, we already know Wemby gonna get some rings. He gonna probably retire about 3 or 4. We know that. But at this rate, that brother gonna be top 10 all time. And I don't want to put that out there on all. I probably shouldn't even said that. But that's what I see long term. But far as right now, shoot, the game belongs to him. The game belongs to Victor Wembanyama. And I don't think I've seen anything like this. I've never seen nothing quite like this. Bobo wasn't like this. Arvydas Sabonis ain't like this. Hell, Hakeem Olajuwon, as good as he was, ain't like this. Kristaps Porzingis wasn't like this. We ain't seen this in a whole total package like that. We've not seen that. This brother got the height of Hakeem Olajuwon. He got the shooting touch of like a decent small forward. He handled like a Tracy McGrady. And he blocked like the Dikembe Mutombo. I don't know what you do with that. And guess what? That's probably why he 4-0 right now. Now, obviously they're gonna lose somewhere. I don't know who they dropped that first one to. Barring injuries and all that, I don't see who stopped this team. I don't see who stops them. I don't see who stops them. And then you got a cast with Stefan Castle, and you got a decent little coaching staff around you. It seems like Pop left that thing in good hands. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna say it. I got him in the Western Conference Finals. Deep down, I really want to say NBA Finals. I really do. But right now, I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna be cool, and I'm gonna say the Western Conference Finals. But hey, if he keep this up, that brother might be playing basketball late in the year or early in the year, in the summer. May, hell, forget it. So, man, it's incredible. Like, that first game he played, I ain't seen nothing like that. I ain't seen nothing like that. And when I watch him, I'm just like in awe. I'm in awe. It's insane. It's insane. But I tell you who I do got going to the NBA Finals. I got the New York Knicks going to the NBA Finals. The New York Knicks return to the NBA Finals, and I can't wait. Let the church say amen. The New York Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. Why? There's a whole lot of reasons for this. I'm glad you asked. So, number one, we see what's going on with the East. We see what's going on with the East. Boston hurt. They don't look the same. The Pacers hurt. They lost Miles Turner because, he's in Milwaukee now. And I'm sorry, we're better than Cleveland. We're better than the Cavs. The only teams I'm kind of worried about is, I think, Detroit. And I would have said Orlando. Before the year, I said Orlando, but them brothers 1-4. I don't know what they got. I don't know what's going on in Orlando. We need to investigate what's going on with the Orlando Magic, because I thought they'd be a little better than what they are. Given what they got and how I thought they was going to improve, and the players they have, and it's the East, I'm a little surprised at that 1-4 start. I'm a little surprised. So maybe I'm not as worried about the Orlando Magic as I originally thought. But I do got my eye on Detroit. Although I'm done with Cade Cunningham on these parlay slips. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. And then the one time I didn't put Cade Cunningham on a slip, this brother had the nerve to get 20 points by the third quarter. You can't make this up. Man, look, You know what? Never mind. Never mind. But anyway, back to the Knicks. So aside from how it looks in the East and the landscape in the East, the Knicks, they got the number one They got probably, I think, the best closer in the NBA and Big Body Brunson. They got the best closer. They got more depth than what they did last year. The offense looks a lot better. It's a new day in the Garden. The way that ball moving, it's almost like, you remember back in the day in middle school, high school, you had a high school basketball coach talking about you got to pass it 5 times before somebody get a shot up. That's what this Knicks team remind me of. They remind me a lot like that. And I think the offense is better for it. I think this is going to be a top 6, 7 offense. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be the best. I'm not going to say that. But I don't think we're going to be at the bottom like we was. You know what I mean? So on top of that, between the road in the East, we got the best closer in the NBA, one clutch player of the year, and the depth and the playoff experience, because we showing up in the playoffs with some regularity now. This ain't like it was a one-off. We've been in the playoffs. We've been out in the first round. You know what I'm saying? The second round, got to the Eastern Conference Finals. We building up some battle scars in the playoffs, so we know what to do in these situations and know how to respond and react in kind. So between that and that playoff experience, I think we get out the East. I think we get out the East this year. Because who gonna stop us? We don't really got much to really worry about, not really. And then even with I don't think the Cavs, because their best player is Donovan Mitchell. And I've seen what Donovan Mitchell do with 3-1 leads. I've seen that. And Evan Mobley, I don't think he's quite there yet. I don't know when that pressure's on him. I don't know if he's gonna be able to handle like that. We'll see. I might be wrong. But I just don't know if he's going to be able to respond and react like that. In Detroit, they young. They young. So I don't know if they're going to handle that kind of pressure. Now, who comes out the West facing the Knicks? I don't know right now, but all I see is Wemby and the Spurs. That's all I see right now. That's all I see. That brother's on another level. He about to be what everybody thought he was gonna be. Wemby's gonna be everything he thought he was gonna be. So good stuff by the Spurs. Historic start. You got the best player in the league. The dynasty continues. But I guess that's just the trend of the show. We staying in Texas. Because I'm gonna tell you who ought to have big aspirations. The Dallas Cowboys. Hey, the Dallas Cowboys, I got them going to the NFC Championship. I don't know what it is about these Texas teams. We started out in Austin, Texas, talking about them Longhorns. Then we took a pit stop in New York to let y'all know what time it is, because it is a Knicks tape around here. We did that. And now we stopped by San Antonio to let y'all know that the hottest thing going right now is in San Antonio, Texas. And now we're going all the way to Arlington, Texas. So I don't know what's going on with this Texas show, but hey, I'm here for it. It's a Texas show. It's just a Texas show. But yeah, the Cowboys are going to the NFC Championship because look, that offense, you can't make that offense up. So look, we know what their offense is. We know that. There's no mystery there. There's no mystery there. So they number 2 in overall offense with yards, and they got the points. They average like 30 points a game. And then Dak is 3rd in the league in passing. Javonte Williams is 4th in the league in rushing. George Pickens is 3rd in the league in receiving. Okay? The overall offense is, they're second in yards. They're second in yards and in points. The offense is incredible. Absolute cinema. I got nothing to say about the offense. The defense, hey, there's a lot of meat left on that bone. It is, but Dak's playing like an MVP. And when you got a QB in particular playing like an MVP, you're never really out of anything. You know that. So, and I just believe at the NFC, who gonna really, I don't see nothing out there that can really hang with that offense. Not on a consistent basis. I just don't see it. If they can just get that defense, not 32nd, but if you can be in like the 20s, if you can tighten up a little bit, you know what I mean? If you can straighten that thing out. Get it like to the 28s, 27s. I feel like top 10's asking a lot out of this unit. But if you can just kind of get them not as bad as they are, stop somebody. I mean, I think they go all the way to the Super Bowl, but at minimum, I got them going to the NFC Championship. I got them playing the Green Bay Packers. That's what I got in a rematch. I got that because I'm looking in the NFC, and I don't think anything. I don't see anything stopping them. I mean, besides maybe Green Bay, because the Giants, no. I'm not really sold on Philly like that. I think they can beat Philly when the rubber meets the road. Washington's regressed. The Lions are playing really good. The Lions are playing really good, but I think if it come to a shootout, they outscore them. The Vikings, no. The Bears, no. The Atlanta Falcons, don't get me started. Not going to be there. They not going to make it. As much as I love my Carolina Panthers, they not about to be there. But hey, our day's coming. Although we did beat the Cowboys. We did beat the Cowboys this NFL season. Hey, and Rico 200 plus yards. I appreciate that, by the way, Dallas. I sure appreciate that. Rico 200, I will not go down plus Dowdle. Showed out in kind, and that's why he is about to be RB1, and we need to go and trade Chubb Rock somewhere. Chubb, it's been good. We appreciate everything you've done, but hey, it's a new sheriff in town, and he wearing number 5. That brother's something serious. But nevertheless, we ain't gonna be in no position to deal with Dallas in the playoffs because more than likely we're not gonna be there. So who's left? What, Tampa Bay maybe? Okay, you could say that, but I just believe Dallas is a better football team than the Bucs. So when you go through it, after that, ain't nobody else really worth anything that really mentioned. And so my thing is, who's stopping this football team? I don't know if that team's out there. I just don't believe that. So when I say that, I really believe that. Like, I'm not just sitting there just trying to hype up Dallas like that, but you got a QB playing like an MVP. They're being coached well. They're fired up. They're motivated. You got a top 2 offense. You got your receiver is top 5. Your QB's top 5. Your running back's top 5. I mean, good Lord. Every way you turn, y'all throwing fire at somebody. So, yeah, I don't know how you deal with that. And that is a lot to deal with. And when we saw Green Bay and Dallas play the first time, hell, they didn't know how to deal with it. And I'd argue Dallas ought to have more wins than what they do. But, a drop there and some missed opportunities there in that Green Bay game. And they could easily be, 5-2 as opposed to 3 or 4? So I really believe that. So, yeah, Dallas, them boys is serious. And I know people don't want to believe that. I know it's cool to say, laugh at them, accident waiting to happen, all that. I know that's good. And maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong about Dallas. But what I've seen out of this team, that's what it's going to take to get it done. That's because they got Dak is playing. A lot of it's because of Dak. A lot of it's because of Dak in that offense. And I'm not telling y'all nothing y'all don't know. Y'all been seeing the same offense put up 30, 40 points just like I have. So I'm not telling you nothing you don't know. But what I am telling you that you may not know is real. Them Dallas Cowboys ain't nothing to play with. They something serious. They going for throats, and they ain't let nobody off the hook. Wemby, he ain't playing no joke. He's something serious. He going for throats, and he not letting nobody off the hook. Them Texas Longhorns is serious. They ain't playing nobody. They tired of disrespect. They going for throats. They putting foots on nobody, and they are not letting nobody off the hook. That's what I'm telling you. Hey, they say everything's bigger in Texas. Them Texas teams, you better watch out for them. Them Texas teams, you better watch out for them. I don't know what's going on in the water out there in Texas, but whatever it is, they sports teams is doo-wopping and show-stopping. So, and I'm here for it, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen with it. Now, I might be right about that. I might be wrong. I don't know. I just call it how I see it. But in the meantime, I'm out. Y'all be cool.